Anthropic just shipped. Claude inside Slack. Tag it in a thread, it reads the context, does the work, comes back with an answer, looks like magic. It's not. It's 4 components stitched together, and I've been running the identical pattern for months on Telegram, on a home server, for the cost of API calls. If you're a solo founder or running a small team, and you think you need enterprise pricing to get an agent that lives where you already work, you don't. I'm Lazar. I build these systems daily for clients, and today I'll show you exactly how this architecture works, why Anthropic's version costs 40x more, and where the honest trade-offs are. Let's start with what's actually happening under the hood. So here's what Anthropic demoed. You're in a Slack channel. Someone tags Claude, types a question or a task, and Claude reads the conversation history, pulls relevant context from the thread, processes everything asynchronously, and drops a response back in the same channel. It feels seamless. And honestly, the product design is good. 0 new tabs, 0 workflow disruption. But strip away the UI and what's actually happening. 4 pieces. A trigger, the mention, a context extractor, pulling the conversation history from the Slack API, an agent loop, sending that context to an LM, optionally calling tools, waiting for a result, and a callback, posting the response back into the thread. That's it. 4 components. None of them are proprietary. None of them require enterprise pricing. Now here's where it gets interesting for builders. I run this exact loop every single day. Instead of Slack, my surface is Telegram. Instead of paying per seat, the bot just sits in a chat. A message comes in. Maybe a forwarded email from Gmail. Maybe a direct question. The system grabs the thread context through the Telegram API, hands it to an LL, and with whatever tools are relevant, processes asynchronously, and responds in the same conversation. Working code, working system, running on a home server under my desk. Let's talk numbers. Slack team plan runs about $8 per user per month. Claude Enterprise pricing isn't public, but conservative estimates put it at $60 or more per seat. For a 5-person team over a year, you're looking at roughly $4,000. My setup? Telegram is free. 950 million users. No per-seat cost. The agent runs on a server I already own, and API calls total around $8 a month. Over a year, that's $96. For the same architectural pattern. Now, the honest trade-off. Because I'm not here to pretend self-hosting is free lunch. Anthropic's version handles infrastructure, security, compliance, audit logs, and it scales the moment you add a seat. Their uptime is better than yours. Their error handling is battle-tested. When Slack changes an API, Anthropic's engineers fix it before you even notice. When I run this myself, I am on the hook for every broken webhook, every expired token, every API deprecation. Things break. I've had pipelines die at 2 a.m. because an upstream service changed a response format. That's the real cost of self-hosting. It's not money, it's maintenance. But here's why it still makes sense for small teams and solo operators. If you have 1 to 10 people, you don't need enterprise compliance frameworks. You don't need someone else's SLA. What you need is an agent that lives on the surface where your work actually happens. And for a lot of businesses, that's not Slack. It's WhatsApp. It's Gmail. It's Telegram. It's whatever messaging app your clients already open 50 times a day. And Anthropic is not rushing to build integrations for those surfaces. They picked Slack because Slack is where integrations for those surfaces. They picked Slack is where UK enterprise money lives. Telegram and WhatsApp are where your clients live. So what would you actually build? The architecture is straightforward. You need a messaging surface. Telegram, WhatsApp, Business, API, even Gmail with passing rules. A webhook listener, something that catches incoming messages. I use a lightweight service running on WSL Ubuntu, but you could use anything from a Raspberry Pi to a cloud function. A context extractor, pulling recent message history so the agent has the conversation, not just the latest message. An agent loop, sending that context to whatever LM you choose with tools defined for your specific workflow. And a callback, posting the result back to the same chat. Each of these pieces has open source tools that cover it. You're not building from scratch, you're assembling. The reason this matters now is that Anthropic's Slack demo is going to make every mid-sized company think they need to buy into an enterprise plan to get AI in their workflow. They don't. The pattern is commoditized. The context window is commoditized. The context window is commoditized. The agent loop is commoditized. What's not commoditized is knowing which surface your business actually runs on and wiring the pieces together for your specific workflow. That's the actual work. And it's the work that saves you 30 hours a week. Not the Slack integration, not the tag. The fit between the agent and your specific operational reality. Here's my hot take on this. If you want to see real automation systems we ship for clients, not demos, not theory, go to bizflowai.io. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you catch the next breakdown. And if you have a workflow that's eating hours every week, email triage, lead follow-up, invoicing, reporting, book a free 30-minute discovery call at bizflowai.io. We'll map out what an agent running on your actual surface looks like. No pitch, just architecture.